Hi guys, in this video I wanted to talk about something that that eventually comes up when many Jehovah's Witnesses start to really wake up, and something that important step of, and it's good, it's all timing and how you feel emotionally, which is how you know when to walk away. So for me, I wanted to get into a few reasons for me of how I knew when it was finally time to walk away. Now, I think, as for many Jehovah's Witnesses, as for myself, it wasn't. For me, it was not something easy and quick to do. Like, as much as I would have wanted it to stay in there, it ultimately came down for me, if it's not true, it's not true. If they're liars, they're liars. If you choose to stay in, you're living a lie. It was ultimately that. And, staying in would just make me a liar too, living a lie, like, it was a very slow process overall. Like I've said, I'd say for me, it started around 2015, and I had finally left at the end of 2018 is when mid 2018, then I was when I really, like, okay, I gotta do this. And then the end of 2018, I officially, things just started to pile up gradually in my head. I'd ask myself just lots of questions over time, and, did a lot of research. It is very true. It is very true that a lot. Sorry, lost my thought for a second. I did find it's very true that other people, as much as they're doing it out of love, they cannot force somebody to wake up. Ultimately, for the individual, it has to happen on its own. And ultimately, I had to determine for myself in my own head that it was more than just doubts. That me or somebody else would not be able to just, like, write it off. Oh, you're just having doubts, get over it. And I had to determine that it wasn't just, Satan putting doubts into my head. I really got to give a lot of credit to research and XJW videos by others, as they had really given me tremendous help. Also, getting others' perspective on it is a huge help to me. I have to say, once you're confronted with evidence that is so honest, irrefutable, like solid, well backed up, you really do see the truth. It's not all fake news and misinformation. So, a few examples for me of when I knew that it was time to walk away. I just can't keep doing this. Okay, so the first thing I thought of was the Watchtower studies. In my last few years in my studying the Watchtower, like, before the meeting, had become very quick. Like 10 to 20 minutes, I would make sure I would go through. I still preferred using the printed Watchtower as opposed to doing it like on the tablet. No, actually, no, wait, no. I had switched to the tablet, but there's a way you can highlight it on the tablet as well. Yeah, that was it. I know. Yeah, there's a way to highlight the paragraphs even on the tablet version. I always just hurried through it. I I never looked up the scriptures. I would just go through it and highlight it because I would at least do that because there's that thing, if you don't highlight it, then a lot think that you didn't really study it. And at the meetings, when it got to the Watchtower study, I was actually starting to find them pretty boring. Mostly in the sense that, like, all the information is essentially being repeated. Like, kind of just goes in a circle. It's just gradually repeated over time. They're not really revealing any new, like, exciting information. It's like I didn't. I had noticed that there was only a certain few that commented. I never preferred to comment early on as I found I just ultimately found I'm just, well, okay, shy and quiet by nature, that's definitely part of it for me. And I was one, I didn't want to just repeat what was in the paragraph. Like, I wanted to offer a good point, and most of the time I just, like, run that blank mind, I couldn't think of anything. Yeah, so mostly a non-commenter. Plus, I just found it just really stupid. I don't want to. I think a lot of it, especially I realized more throughout the years, I don't want to repeat what's just basically in the paragraph. So, I think my last few years were actually pretty solid of not commenting at all. I couldn't even put my hand up for the read scripture because there started to be more and more other brothers and sisters that would go up to the study conductor ahead of time to sorry to put their names down for reading reading a scripture. And I just like that just kind of like, man, can't even do that. Wow. Okay, number 2, service. Like, as I said, like, it is, I think for a lot of JWs in it, it is not a natural thing to go to somebody's door to try to push your beliefs on them. Like I've said, I've never liked that in the first place, trying to push our beliefs and literature on people. And I even started to notice more and more the judgmental attitude of even the brothers and sisters. Like, the comments and the people we were calling on were like just vicious, cruel. It was basically if they didn't answer or if they refused or said no, that they were bad, just doomed to die at Armageddon, ultimately. Like, you gotta think, like, that gives them as witnesses a pretty, like, would self-righteous attitude be the right wording? Like, man, no, we're out here trying to save you. You need to listen to us or you're gonna die. That is that is messed up. Just thinking of all the householders as nothing but doomed sinners unless they become JWs. To make fun of them or put them down for everything. We would even I remember they would even make fun of the ones that celebrated holidays, like if we saw decorations, and it was, You got to think that in itself is an unchristian thing to do. Like, like we're going to their doors because we want to talk to them to try to get them into our religion. Yet we feel perfectly fine to criticize and make fun of them once we're like back in the car or at the meeting. You know, and just ultimately I found myself thinking I'd rather respect others' beliefs by not bothering them at home rather than coming to their doors by trying to talk to them even after they've said no. That part too. Like some of the territory that we would redo, and I know I'm knocking on doors where they have previously said no. Like, talk about trying to push it. The third one, Armageddon. I just had this really building thoughts of more and more as my few years left came in. My last few years, it just started building up in the back of my mind. Like, I feel like I'm waiting for something that's never coming. Am I just wasting my time? How do I know I'm not gonna end up wasting the rest of my life? And then only to find out that it's never coming, like in that organization. But I should clarify, at least their version of Armageddon. But also, like, with the help of like research and other XJW videos, realizing that the fear of Armageddon is this fear, how they keep a lot of their members in, because they want to survive Armageddon. Because if you don't survive Armageddon, you're just gonna die and be gone forever. And they want to survive Armageddon to make it into that paradise and see their loved ones again. But I think a lot are staying in out of fear, and that's not really a pure good motive reason to keep members in. Number 4, the high controlness of it all. Man, how they micromanage members' lives, the demands of absolute loyalty or else. You know what? I just got tired of. Like, I don't chase after every fad or trend, but there was some like in the last few years that if I wasn't a witness, I probably would have tried it. A few I can think of are like my hair. I would never do solid all over, but the coloring, like I would like a streaks of like colors like pink or purple or green or blue, or the tight pants issue. Because I might be mistaken, but I believe, at least in congregations around where I live, they were not liking the idea of even sisters wearing tight pants, like the real like leggings, or like the really tight pants you see nowadays. And that was something that I'm bad. I was doing it anyways. Okay, granted, most of the time I would wear, my tops would tend to be like not so tight fitting, and I've always tended to like shirts that cover my butt somewhat. It's one of my ways of being modest. Yeah. So I'm like, and I just like, even that, the not dating thing, of course, unless they're a witness. The I had, and just, I had honestly thought of getting a tattoo, but like just putting it on my thigh or something, then a skirt or a dress would always be covering it. That's something I honestly considered doing. But you know what? And just I realized within their micromanaging, it's like you're not free to be individuals anymore. Like the way they would have you, and just finally just all coming to a head. I don't want to live like this. Hey, I don't want to be under this all this control anymore. Like I can't hand my mind over to them and be okay with it. And a fifth reason, and I think probably the most important reason out of all of them, that you're not allowed to develop critical thinking skills and ask questions. You know, it's a good thing that I always kept the doubts and the questions to myself, because I viewed it as just kind of like I don't want to give them the privilege or honor of, breaking me down, and oh, why are you asking that? Oh, we need to talk to you at the back, and like I knew the XJW's videos and everybody saying to not do that, but I kind of knew myself anyways, like, no, stay quiet, keep it to yourself. Because I think for me it was a way of like keeping some control to give myself, to ultimately give myself a dignified exit. Like I also as soon as I sent an elder an email saying I didn't want to be a witness anymore, I remember I think it was within hours, I like immediately went on my Facebook and I deleted and I blocked and deleted all of my witness friends. I think my thinking was just, you know what, I don't want to give them the honor of blocking and deleting me. I'm going to do it first. Yeah, here, I'll do it first. It's already no need, it's already done. It's funny though, because when it comes to Instagram, almost about there wasn't very many that blocked and deleted me right away. Most of them unfollowed me right away, but it's been a few years on now, and I still have. I'm leaving it this way on purpose. I still have some on there who have not removed me from their friends list. Like I can still see what they post. I just never like or comment. It's just, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm weird. My kind of way of, I'm still here and you don't know it. I'm just, wow, it's like amazing how so quick you are to do it with Facebook, but not so much Instagram. But anyways, I think I digressed a little. But it's just, yeah, you're not allowed to ask questions, even how the information just kept repeating. Like, aren't we like, can't you teach us like something new, like more interesting? And just never being all that interested in jw.org. I barely used it. Even the CD library, I really overall just barely used the thing. And you know what? When you realize that you can't ask questions, how are you in the truth when you're not allowed to do real research or ask questions? When you're not allowed to think for yourself, to put all your trust and faith in them. as they demand and hand over your mind to them, and yet they lack solid evidence and solid history. There's a lot of things they keep hidden from members, and the fact that their members are just told to not believe it, like we try to expose actual truths, and they're trained to just deny it without even thinking. Like, nope, false. Nope, false. All lies. We're not supposed to listen to you. You don't. You don't find out. You don't learn the real truth by only sticking to one source. You gotta check. You gotta check it all out. Like, that's one-sided. That's very narrow-minded kind of thinking. So, anyways, that's my reasons. Those are my 5 examples of what I wanted to bring out of how I knew when it was time to walk away. So I hope you enjoyed watching my video. Please hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good week. Bye-bye.